Should we jump into the news? What little bit of news there was this
Yeah,
week?
let's do it.
I'll get us started with some video game news.
Video games.
If you are a beat 'em ups fan, this one's for you. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge was announced this past week with a trailer with a small bit of gameplay at the end. This is, I think, a sequel to the arcade game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I love that game, though, and I will absolutely be getting this. This is going to be sick. Did you see that, Brett?
I didn't. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I'm not a huge beat-em-ups guy, but, like, I played Battletoads and also, like, Ninja Turtles. I'm in.
Cool.
Me and Chris used to play a lot of Castle Crashers. That was fun.
Well, and other exciting game news for a few of us, at least me.
You're a few.
Maybe you too.
Oh, okay. Me?
Maybe not Luke.
Okay. I'll make sure to act disappointed when you
Okay,
don't.
please do.
Ugh, you kidding me? Oh, sorry, too early.
Square Enix's Outriders is coming to Xbox GamePass on launch day, April 1st.
Oh. Okay, there I got it out of the way. No, this is cool.
Yeah.
This will make me consider playing it. But I also can't help, and I think I texted you guys this today, I can't help but think the social media buzz must have been pretty discouraging to Square Enix to feel like they needed to sell it to Game Pass.
Yeah, I'm still like so unsure of what it means for a AAA game
to do that,
to go to Game Pass on day one, because like obviously
a third party AAA game.
Right, for Microsoft it makes complete business sense. Mm-hmm. But for Square Enix, like it's a little bit like when a film sells to Netflix. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, it's like, well, does that mean it's like a slightly lower quality, or the buzz just isn't good, so they'd rather take the check from Netflix than
or they're just shelling out a lot of money to get that exclusivity, at least in the movie's case.
Yeah, and they may be, and that may be the case here, where it's like, well, we really want this game on Xbox Game Pass. They may be willing to do that. And you can still buy it for Xbox. It's not like it's locked out of that option, but
I just always think when I see this, like, they're, rather than betting on game sales, they're taking the guaranteed money. Mm-hmm. It's like risk versus reward kind of situation. So,
well, we'll be able to let everyone know in early April if we think that was the case.
I'm glad I don't have to play the prologue again.
Yes. So true.
Mm-hmm. That's exciting. Was the Coalition news this week?
That was this week.
Can you
mention it?
Yeah, tee that up, because I don't really know it all. I just know
so
that I'm
over
happy about it.
Either at the end of last week or I don't think it was over the weekend. I think it was the end of last week. 343 Industries had kind of like a Ask 343 Anything kind of stream where they were talking about Halo Infinite, and it was revealed that Microsoft, at some point here, probably since September to now, right, sometime in that window, actually paused development on Gears 6 and brought the Coalition team on board to help finish Halo Infinite. Which really makes me worried about where Halo was 5 months ago. Ugh. Like, that's not good news when your biggest studio, you have to have help from
your second biggest
studio.
It's so. Thank you.
And I don't know what all their work. It wasn't revealed what they are working on specifically, like what aspects, or if it's kind of across the board. Like, hey, we're just bringing on this
extra
team
bodies.
Gets 5 extra hands. This team gets 6 extra hands. Right, like. We're not really sure, but I just thought that was very interesting.
So there's 3 layers to this that I kind of wanted to touch on. 1, Game Pass and Microsoft Game Studios. This is like one of their added benefits, right? Sony can do this too, but being able to move assets around to help projects, and I think this is good for gaming to eliminate some of that crunch.
Yes.
I think that's a really cool move by Microsoft to be willing to say, hey, look, we're going to delay something that is riding high right now, like Gears,
Mm-hmm.
because Gears is at a pretty good, public spot. So I just thought that was kind of cool. 2, I'm really bummed that Gears is delayed now. They haven't announced it, but they will.
Yeah.
Even though they haven't even announced Gears 6. I just already know it's not going to come as soon as I'd like to play it.
As soon as Halo got delayed a year, I figured Gears was going to be delayed too. Simply from a publishing perspective, it makes sense.
And it's so weird too. Like Halo and Gears were part of the same family, but they always kind of were argued against each other, which was really weird. And now
they're buddy.
I wonder if Halo fans...
They've got to unite against COD.
I wonder if Halo fans are kind of licking their wounds here right now. Because, I don't know. I love Gears. Gears is probably one of my favorite gaming franchises. I really like what the Coalition did with Gears 5 after launch.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think they've learned a lot over the last 2 releases. And I think this will be good for Halo. But the final part is, like you said, I'm kind of worried about Halo. Like, what... The only thing I can think of that the Coalition could add to this, other than multiplayer stuff, like if you just remove multiplayer and you look at what Halo's trying to do with their story and how it's kind of open world-ish, you can't mod your guns, but you can find better guns, like artifact guns. That's part of Gears. That's a Gears thing. So I almost feel like their support is more in their campaign. And kind of how they're handling like this semi-open world thing, because they've not done that either.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean.
It is a first for Halo as well
and Gears did it in their most recent release, and so I just can't help but think that's where they're assisting. It's just trying to be like, hey, look, your footage kind of looked bad, but we saw your premise, and we think that what you're going for is what we just did. We can help you kind of direct that in the right direction, learn from where we messed up on it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me more excited to play the campaign than I have been in a long time for a Halo game.
Well, and, Joe Staten, who they brought on kind of to lead the project, who 343 brought on to lead the Infinite development, what was that, back in December?
Yeah.
He's very much a story guy. And not that,
Sounds
obviously,
right.
he doesn't have extensive experience kind of overseeing departments in general, but I do wonder, you kind of going off on that little tangent there, like if he's really looking at, okay, what's our story? How's the gameplay work? How does it all fit in this big open world? I could definitely see him wanting to bring in some additional experience and say, like, okay, so how do we get, what happens if a player hops in a Banshee and flies all the way over here? What kind of experience do they have, and how do we make that compatible with this linear story we're telling?
Right. Yeah, and Gears kind of nailed it in Gears 5, I think. And so what Gears did is they just had multiple acts in the middle where it was open.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. And there's side quests and things like that in Gears. It'll be interesting to see how similar these games become.
Yeah.
With the Coalition assisting. I do think it'll still be Halo. Like it's not gonna take so much from the Coalition that it feels like a Gears game or anything.
If we start getting a third person mode with cover based,
oh my god,
then I'll be concerned.
I'll be happy. But no, I do think this is cool. It's cool to see them using their assets in a way that can benefit the gaming community.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What was
Luke,
that?
you have something to add?
I haven't played Halo 5 yet.
That's
Have you
okay.
played
We're going to
Gears
get
5?
you to play Halo
I
Infinite.
haven't beat Gears 1. I won't play the Gears games. No offense, Tyler.
Oh, I don't care. You don't offend me.
I don't care about the Gears games. No interest.
They look pretty dope on the Series X.
They do. Luke, do you have any news stories? I know we've been kind of going back and forth over here.
I don't have any gaming news.
No, okay. Well, that's fine. Take us into something else.
Yeah. Not a gaming news.
There was a AT&T meeting.
Business
business
sales
meeting,
call?
yeah. It's, investor meeting. And one of the things that kind of came out from it was on their large picture of things from the DC slate, which has just got so much on it, jeez Louise. There was a Zatana image and a Batgirl image.
That's right.
So people have been speculating. I think it's a good speculation because they've both been also rumored for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That there's going to be a Zatana live action show and a Batgirl live action something.
Something. Because Batgirl was gonna be
It was
that
gonna
was
be
a
Whedon.
Whedon movie.
Yeah.
That was obviously that's not the case anymore. but I do think there's value in that property. I think it's done well on CW. And so I don't know if that would be another show though. I'm wondering if that's a film.
I think if they do, and these
maybe
are both also
an HBO Max.
Yeah,
film.
these were both for HBO Max. I think is what people have been talking. And for Batgirl, I think a good thing would be to do the Burnsides because it's kind of its own Batgirl story. It doesn't have all the
family,
all the past and the drama and everything from Killing Joke and 80 years of Batman comics.
Yeah.
This could just be it's Batgirl in Burnside's Gotham, and she's trying to do her thing. And Zatana, I think, could be related to Bad Robot Abrams produced Justice League Dark show that has also been. I think that's confirmed.
Yeah. Okay. It's been publicly stated.
Have her in that show, but then also give her
spin
own
off out of it.
Spin-off.
Yeah.
Also, I do the Burnsides for HBO Max because then there's still a chance you could bring a Batgirl into whatever Reeves is doing, which is I think that'd be super awesome.
Yeah.
It's always like, man, will they do that? I feel like nobody is willing to do that.
No.
Snyder almost did it. He killed him. So at least the history is there, but we've never seen it. Well done. I know Schumacher did his thing. Ignore him. But I think that'd be the different thing you could do for Batman universe.
I also think if you do a Batgirl show, it appeals to a younger audience.
Yep.
Rather than what the HBO Max shows have been.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be good. If HBO Max lacks anywhere, it's content for the teenage group and younger.
In between the ages of 10 and 17.
Euphoria isn't...
Right. So I think that would be good.
Hey kids, drugs!
Drugs and sex.
Whoa.
What interested me about the investor call and that image that you're talking about was it also had the video games on there.
Yeah, Gotham Knights was on
which
there
I thought
too.
was really interesting. And there's been that was my elbow. I did not fart, I promise. There's been some rumors that that's coming out in July, and they just are gonna surprise drop it
on Game Pass.
They would not surprise me one bit. The Arkham games are on Game Pass.
Who's developing that?
Rocksteady Montreal.
Yes.
Warner Brothers Montreal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rocksteady's doing the Suicide Squad game.
Yeah, I bet Rocksteady's also consulting on this Gotham Knights game too, though. I bet they have some people in that studio helping out. But no, it's been rumored, and then it's in that investor call, and I'm like, okay, something's going on here. So I would imagine we're getting an announcement on that soon. Mm-hmm. Also, when is the next Fandom? Have they announced that yet?
It will probably be July.
July.
Yeah. That's when we're going to... Dude, they're going to drop it on Fandom Day.
Dude, Fandom was so awesome.
It was so good.
I think Fandom this year is going to be...
Don't be gone this year.
You have to come over and watch it.
I promise not to be gone this year.
Dude,
I'll
when that
host it
freaking
again.
Batman
It was so
trailer
fun.
dropped, we were freaking out. I was on the floor
It was awesome.
I watched the Batman trailer and I can't get up.
That and the Black Adam thing was really cool. All of it.
Yeah.
All of it was just sick.
It was a great
Yeah, you're
day.
not allowed to be gone this time.
Okay, deal.
You have to come over and watch it.
Well, speaking of the HBO
It's
Max,
a chair, I swear.
I believe you.
first Tyler, now Luke. I can't keep control of
You're
it.
up.
No.
My hands are kind of sweaty and I just...
Speaking of the HBO Max investor call, it was revealed that HBO Max is getting an ad-supported version in June. Don't have a price on that yet, but that doesn't surprise me. I
and
think
the
that's gonna
theatrical
get
releases
more.
will not be a part of it. The same day.
Right. The day and
Really?
days
that's
are
cool.
for the premium subscription.
I bet it's pretty cheap.
Probably $7.
Yeah, $6.99.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is the price of
Probably
Disney
half.
Plus for normal, which is kind of funny.
That's kind of cool, though. That's a smart move by them.
Netflix is next.
Let's say,
How has Netflix not done this yet?
I think they just had such a big head
Base.
start over everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, they've always been bleeding money, though. That's the problem. They're always spending more than they're getting, so it's always a losing game. But in any case, yeah. What else we got? Any other news stories?
Michael B. Jordan was confirmed
Yeah.
to direct Creed 3.
That's going to be awesome.
His first directed movie.
I'm very excited to see what he does as a director.
Me too.
Yeah. I don't think I need to go on a Michael B. Jordan rant for people to know how I feel about him. So.
I should rewatch those movies. Those might put some inspiration in my veins.
Mm-hmm.
Good,
dude.
good
They're
movies.
so good.
They're incredible.
When we saw that, like, we watched the first one. We didn't watch it the first time together,
No.
but I remember we watched it together one time, and at the end we're just both like, "Oh!"
I just remember I watched it in theaters with a coworker at the time, and I remember like in the first one, at the final fight, I like was cheering. I'm like, this is a movie. Like this isn't a sporting event. Like we know how this is going to end.
You stand up in the middle of the movie. Come on, Creed, beat him up.
I was like clapping. I was like, yeah, let's go. And then it ended, and I was like, oh.
That Karen's in the front row. Shh.
No movie can do that like those. The Rocky movies do it too. Like it's so cool.
Yeah,
that
franchise has some real heart in it.
It does. I'm excited about it.
Well, we also got our Oscar noms.
I was gonna say my stuff pertains to this, so I'll
Okay.
let you last.
All right. Yeah, so Oscar noms came out today.
I did not know that was today. That was actually a surprise.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. I forgot.
I guess
about
I haven't
that
been
too.
paying attention.
Yeah, I'm not gonna list all of them, but I'll just kind of mention Mank gets the most noms with 10. That doesn't surprise me. It's very much an Oscar bait movie, and I say that with like the utmost respect, and I love that movie. Like it's one of my favorites from last year. So like, but it is very much a film about Hollywood, and
They love
that. They love films about themselves.
That's why La La Land got 19 and a half
Yep.
nominations. You gonna have a nomination? Possible?
I don't know.
Let's make it possible.
But this year is very. I think the more interesting story is what comes after that, because The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Nomadland, The Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7 all earned 6 noms apiece. So it's like, it's not like there's 2 mega hits and then like a bunch of like 1 or 2 or 3 nommers. Like it's like Mank's big, but then like here come the cavalry, right? And like they're each
Here come the
their
indie
own.
films.
And I think that's just really cool. Like there's a lot of great movies.
A lot of parody.
This year. Yeah. The one really interesting thing, Lakeith Stanfield, nominated for Best Supporting Actor
This
alongside
pisses me off.
of
You see what he
Daniel
was.
Kaluuya, who are both they're both in the same movie in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Did you see their for your consideration ballot?
And they pitched him, or they
pitched Lakeith. I'll say pitched Lakeith Stanfield as the lead,
right,
but they nominated him for supporting.
yeah.
That's wrong. Like, just give him lead. But I think it's great that he was nominated because he's really good. But it puts a really big question mark on all the noms. Then
It made me kind of frustrated
yeah,
when I saw that. I was like, he's definitely the lead in that movie.
yeah.
What would have really sent it over the top is if like Jesse Plemons would have gotten lead, like a nomination for lead.
What if he would have been supporting as well? All 3 of them.
Well, part of me thought like, okay, maybe they're gonna give the lead to like Dominique Fishback,
Yeah.
but they didn't. Just didn't nominate anybody from that movie for a lead, which is kind of remarkable.
Yeah.
Luke, how do you feel about Delroy not getting a nom?
Who else was nominated in that category?
Is that supporting?
That's lead.
That's lead.
I know Chadwick did,
Riz Ahmed.
and that's who I think should win.
Chadwick did. Mank.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman did.
Riz Ahmed.
Riz Ahmed for Sentimental. Did Stephen Ewan get one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that, but I've heard really good things.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins.
Take Anthony Hopkins
for The Father.
Take him out.
That's the one movie I won't watch.
That's the one that
I will not watch that.
Put in Delroy.
I would agree. I think Delroy definitely. Man, I think out of all of them I've seen, my guess is they're all qualified noms. They're all good noms, but I do think I don't know. I feel like
did the Five Bloods get anything?
Music.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
The Five Bloods got
full snubbed.
Got shafted this year.
I'd say my biggest snubs, personally, I think, are One Night in Miami for Best Picture.
It got
2 open spots. There's 2 open spots.
If you're gonna do 10, if you're gonna claim there's 10 spots, you nominate 10 films, because every year there are at least 10 films that are good enough to sit in that title.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So you don't do 8, you stick to 5, or you do 10. You're gonna say that there's that limit, you hit that limit every year. There's never a year where there's so little competition that shouldn't get filled.
Yeah.
Anyways, mini rant.
At least I was happy that Promising Young Women got nominated, because that's my Oscar bait movie.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of surprised Sound of Metal got nominated for Best Picture. Not because I don't think it's worthy, but because I didn't think it would. It just shocked me. Because I love that movie so much.
My guess is it got a lot of really good buzz, and Amazon just threw money at... Because that was Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they just threw money at this.
Problem is, it's worthy.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm not saying
it's more throw money so it can stay in the public.
But my guess is that's why something like One Night in Miami didn't is because they just wasn't worth throwing. I mean, to someone, I don't know. This is all speculation. In Brett's mind, someone thought, well, it's probably not worth putting that much money in.
We have to throw money at one.
Sending out because
pick one.
If you don't know how it all works, things like you have to get for your consideration. Like, so you come up as a company. Who do you want to nominate for what? Right? There's an entry fee for that. So every time you do you essentially put your name in the hat. To even put your name in the hat, it costs, I don't know, something like $10,000. I don't know what it is. It's more money than I'll ever have in my bank account. And after that, then you do things like you put up billboards in LA and you send out screeners and so that people can watch it. Because a lot of people in LA, they're working hard. The city literally it works their butts off like all the time. And so you often don't get around to go see the movies that your colleagues, even if they're in different companies, make. So, you have to send out screeners so they can watch them, and then yada yada yada, and then the whole process of voting for nominees, and then the nominees are chosen, and
yep,
it's exhausting.
The other snub is also One Night in Miami. I would have had. That being said, I haven't seen all the movies, so. I think Regina King should have been nominated
for Best
Director.
Yeah. So this is gonna sound bad, but I was really sad to see Riz Ahmed nominated the same year as Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, because he's probably not gonna win.
Yeah. And I having not seen Ma Rainey's, so I won't say that Chadwick doesn't deserve to win, but I think Riz Ahmed definitely puts enough out there that he should win it. I really do. Like it's so good. I don't know, kind of disappointing, but I'm glad he got nominated because that looks just.
Even getting the nomination is hard enough,
right? Like being in the room is.
Wanna be in the room?
Oh, that just reminded me of another thing: the In the Heights trailer.
Oh yeah, I think that looks cool.
I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
There's a song that is straight up from Hamilton too. It's awesome.
No complaints.
Nope. I'm okay with it.
Ah, dude. Now I'm thinking of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. There's this moment with Chadwick where it's like the realization, the oh man moment that you have with him, and it's like it hurts.
I need to watch that. Now that we know the noms, I'll definitely be watching it.
Yeah, the next couple weeks will definitely be filled with catching up on anything I haven't seen yet.
When are the
April 25th?
Oh, I got time.
Yeah.
Got plenty of time.
You got a month and...
Got plenty of time.
I'll be able to watch Mortal Kombat by then.
Got plenty of time to procrastinate all those and watch them in the last week.
I can't do that.
I did that before, and
that.
it was very stressful. But that was a year where all the movies were actually pretty good. I remember watching The Lion at like 3 in the morning, night before the Oscars, staying up super late. I'm like, man, this movie's really good.
But I'm so tired.
I'm so tired.
Tyler, did you have something to say news-wise about the DC?
DC? Yeah, I do.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Do you have any more news stories before we move into that?
That's I'm all fresh out.
All right. So, the Flash movie. It's still happening, guys.
Yeah.
It is still happening. A few weeks ago, we got a Supergirl announcement. That was super cool. Only reason I mention that is because they casted a Hispanic woman to play Supergirl. Well, they have now casted another Hispanic woman to play Nora Allen. They casted Maribel Verdú from Pan's Labyrinth. And she did a movie with Alfonso Cuarón. Y Tu Mama Tambien, I think. I don't know. Anyways, so they casted Nora Allen, and Billy Crudup has since dropped from the film
That's right.
for scheduling conflict on the morning show season 2. I don't blame him.
Do you think he actually was busy, or he's just like, man, I don't want to do this again?
I bet he was busy.
I bet he was busy.
Creative differences.
He likes the comic book genre.
That's
apparently.
true.
He
He's done quite a bit.
He's also
yeah.
like a supporting character in that.
Yeah.
So like
He's in the Snyder Cut that we'll be seeing this week. So
yeah, we get to see a little more of him.
Yeah, he'd have like one day of shooting.
Yeah.
Man, how can they not make that work? Can you come out for a day? Yes.
Yeah, so I do think
All he's
So
gonna
they
do
can
is
get
put
him
his,
back. They can
all he's
get him
gonna do
back.
is put his hand on the window again.
They can
It's
get
gonna
him
be in the Snyder
back,
Cut,
but
it's gonna be-
They can use the
he
footage.
can't shave his mustache.
here's what I
Oh.
will say about this though. I do think this is a stronger emotional storytelling opportunity than his dad.
Sure.
This at this moment,
This is the closer it gets to Flashpoint too.
Yeah, that's true. But at this moment, I want to put out a challenge to anybody that's going to make a superhero movie. Don't kill the parents. I just want you to try it.
What if they don't kill
See
her?
if you can make a compelling story without just murdering people off. Is it possible? Brett, make it.
Yes, sir.
Luke and I will be best boys in the credits.
I'll hold the boom.
Boom operator.
Yeah, I couldn't. My shoulder would get tired.
Tyler's Craft Services.
I need to work on my triceps if I'm going to do that.
But yeah, no. Flash movie casts Maribel Verdú to play Nora Allen,
Cool.
Barry Allen's mother.
I have been historically negative about this movie,
think
mostly
we all
because
have.
it's just been in development hell for so long. But like, I am, kind of rewatching some of the DC movies this
Frick.
week. I'm like, man, I really do want more, and I want more of these specific characters. I mean, I'm happy for any story, but like, I do like these characters. So
Man, the Supergirl casting really changed my mind. But I'm just really excited to see her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's not in Flashpoint.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be different for sure.
So I'm excited what that's going to be. Unless she's just going to be the Superman. I'm trapped in the bunker and I'm skinny and I've never seen the sun.
I'm just ready to see
Actually, I'd be okay with that.
the
They just make it Supergirl.
the gender swapped Eobard that's been heavily rumored forever.
Don't freak out when it happens,
Yeah.
Internet.
I think that'd be cool, man.
I'm cool with it.
I think it'd be sweet.
Why not?
Why not?